I want to cast your minds back to 2021, shortly after the release of Scaled and Icy. Everyone was soaking in the album, everyone was jamming, and of course, everyone was coming up with theories about the Dema storyline left, right, and center. And one of the more common theories you would find at the time are people saying the Scaled and Icy was a prequel to Trench. The album was describing what Dema was like before Vialism, before the bishops came into power. How Dema used to be a colorful, vibrant city, and now it is a dull, gray, and drab place. And for many, many different reasons we talked about once on the channel, and one of them was the phrasings of the live stream experience hosters Dan and Sally saying classic songs. So, brief summary of that. But as time went on, the more implausible this theory seems, with the more information we got, such as the Saturday music video, all of the Clancy journals, as well as the Outside music video. This theory kinda got scrapped. People started throwing it to the side and be like, I guess it's nothing now, move on to the next theory, and so on and so forth. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I was thinking about the next 21 Pilot album, the final album of the Dema storyline, TOP7, the placeholder name until you get the actual name of the album, and I was thinking about one of the possibilities and how the storyline is going to end. And I realized, if we end this way, then Scaled and Icy is a prequel, and also Trench is a prequel, and Pluriface, and Vessel and Self-Titled, if you consider those part of the Dema storyline. What do I mean? Let's get right into it. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having a good day today. Hope your day is going well and hope it continues to go well. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a dumb, possibly, 21 Pilot Theory Homebrew. Oh boy, strap yourself in. Hey, if you enjoy this type of content, maybe consider donating to the channel with my Ko-Fi down in the description box below. Buy the boy a coffee. Keep the boy sane. This is Liquid Death. The coffee mug's right here. It's fine. Let's get right into it. The certain ending I'm talking about is the idea that the Dema storyline is just one big cycle and it's going to keep on repeating itself because that's how mental health works. No matter what anyone's going through, we're all going through something, whether that be depression, anxiety, whether that be PTSD, physical trauma, mental trauma, no matter what, we're going to be living with mental health for the rest of our lives. We're going to have days where we feel amazing. We have days where we're going to feel like complete garbage, and the next day we're going to feel worse. Then the following day we're going to feel slightly better about things and maybe feel better, but all of a sudden, boom, suddenly you're back down to the ground again, crying on the floor, and you can't understand why. We're all going through something, and it's a big cycle. We have days where we're good, we have days where we're bad. We put band-aids on things, we can have temporary fixes, but we're going to be dealing with mental health for the rest of our lives in no matter what regard it is. And there's a way for the bishops to win, but with Vialism, that means, which don't do that. Remember how loved you are and how amazing you are as a human being and how I'm happy you're here and how valuable you are. You matter to someone. You definitely matter out there, person watching this. As no one's told you today, I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm so happy with how far you've come. Keep going. You're doing absolutely amazing. You can't let the bishops win. But also, the Banditos winning is kind of impossible because it's impossible to fully overcome mental health because it's always going to come back. Once you think that you're fine with everything, out of nowhere, something can trigger something in your head and suddenly, oh, the bad memories come flooding back. That happened to me with a dream I had last night where I woke up this morning, I'm just like, why? But mental health is a complete cycle. So it's plausible that the Dema storyline is just going to keep on repeating itself. Which explains the jumpsuit music video, specifically the beginning and the very end of it, where we see Tyler in the heavy, dirty soul car. Because the car, we see Tyler on top of it, and then at the very end of the music video, he takes a bag out of it and then he walks out. So we know Heavy Dirty Soul's connected. We all know where on the continent of Trench the Heavy Dirty Soul car is located because you can't point to this map and say, oh, there's a road here. Maybe it's at the very top of Dema, and that's what everyone's trying to leave Trench for, because that's the way in, that might be the only way out, so on and so forth. But It's just could be one big old cycle. Many people on the YouTubes, me, Dema, Stolen Potential, we've all talked about the idea that the Dema storyline is just one big cycle. And if it's a cycle, that means everything is going to repeat itself. Everything from Blurry Face to Trench to Scale Nicey to TOP7. Everything you're going to think you're going to overcome, and then you sooner or later you'll fall back to Blurry Face. You'll go into Trench again, then you'll go into Scale Nice again for that temporary band-aid, and then you'll go into TOP7. And the cycle continues to repeat again. Who knows? Maybe your personal cycle might go to self-titled, might go to Vessel. It could go to that. But regardless, no matter which album you say is beginning of the storyline, it could all be a cycle and just going between each other. And now for the arguments against. And we're going to start off with the lyric "in Shy Away" that gets pretty emphasized in the bridge, the main argument. Break the cycle in half. The line that has been interpreted to mean so many things, such as the album cycle. No, the album won't come out in 3 years. Oh, they're going to break the cycle in half. It's going to release in 1.5. We are still waiting. Oh, they're not talking about that. They're talking about the color of the next era, because they go around the color wheel per era. Next logical step's purple. They're going to break the cycle in half and go black and white. It's still yet to be seen. But a lot of people interpret this as getting drugged back to your own Dema. What we see in the Trench trilogy of Tyler constantly escaping Dema and then being drugged back in, whether that be Jumpsuit, Nico and Nair's, and Levitate, so on and so forth. Just getting pulled back into Dema, getting pulled back into your bad mental health. And I know, for me personally, when I try to break that cycle in half, one, it's a temporary band-aid, and it fixes it for the time being, but eventually you'll slip and fall back into it. 2, it does nothing. 3, it only makes things worse. But that's only for my personal life. I don't know how it works for some people out there who deal with worse than what I do, and how if you try to break the cycle in half, what it does for you. I know that's what personally for my life. So breaking the cycle in half could of course, people interpret it as, oh, banditos go into victory. But like I said, that's not really how mental health works, because you're always going to have your Dema. You're always going to have your issues that are going to be with you for the rest of your life. So really, breaking the cycle in half is futile. It's all pointless. I mean, I'll be curious to see if they do break the cycle in half, how they'll go about do that and explain how that gets worked. But for me, break the cycle in half, you try it, not exactly working. Argument 2 is the other popular ending of the Dema storyline, which is the truce ending. Everything will end in a compromise between your bad mental health, your bishops, and the banditos. Your good mental health. That they will unite and they will form a truce. And I absolutely love the truce ending. Originally, that's how I thought the Dema storyline was going to end. Low-key, I would be 100% fine with it ending in a truce. But the thing with truces is that they can stop. Truces can end, whether that be from one side or another. Such as if you're bad mental health, you call a truce of it, and then suddenly like, remember that thing you did back in 2nd grade? And it's boom, it just takes over you and you just downward spiral over and over again. So truces do work, but they do last a short time unless, you have a little negotiation contract and being like, we have peace between us, we have an alliance, so on and so forth. Which, I mean, in one regard, yeah, because in life you have to learn how to deal with your mental health. But it's not always a truce all the time. Like I said, there are days where you're going to feel worse compared to other days. Like my day yesterday was terrible, and today it was fine. And tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to feel like. I might be worse than today, I might be worse than yesterday, whatever. Every day is different, especially with people who are diagnosed with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and all that stuff. It's a constant battle, and you are always constantly dealing with it. Sure, you can be put on the truce, but the truce can last so long before you start having bad brain days and so on. And the final argument, what if it's not the cycle ending? What if it's something completely different from left field? Which, I mean, I can't argue against that. It's a theory, so I don't know what Tyler and Josh are going to do for this next album. No one does, which is the fun of it. It's the exciting portion of it. It's a big guessing game. We're just gonna have to wait and see. But hypothetically, if everything's a cycle, that means everything is a prequel and everything happens in the future. Because it's just the way things work. And if Clancy is just a pseudonym for whoever the main character in Trench is, whether that be Tyler or whether that be whoever, yourself, Josh, Joe from down the street, Stacy, who lives in the apartment across from you in the hallway C3, who knows? Whoever you put in, and they take the Clancy pseudonym and be the character within Dema, yeah, I completely lost my point. What I'm trying to say is, we don't know how it's going to end, and if it's a cycle, everything is a prequel, everything's happening in the future depending on the character. I think that was my original point. Anyway, I don't know, I'm super tired, all sorts of fun, and yeah, that's it for today, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow for a video. Maybe it'll be Lovejoy Live, because I'm not doing any reactions on Friday for Lovejoy because my EP's coming out then. Oh boy, we're gonna have a little listening party. Super excited, super nervous for that, but all fun. All sorts of fun. Let me know what you guys think of this theory down below. And if you have any other 21 Pilot theories, go ahead and come over to the JLAndersonMusic Discord. Hop into the 21 Pilot theory chat. Let us know your theories there. If you see anything on the Reddits, the Twitters, throw in the TOP theory chat there. Don't put links in YouTube because YouTube does not like links, I have learned. Don't DM me on social media because I am bad at the DMs and so on and so forth. I know a lot of people have DM'd me and I still yet to get back, including some very cool people, which I need to get in contact with. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm tired. I'm editing this. Going to bed. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye. And good night. More importantly, have a good day. I see you later. Remember how loved and how important you are. I'm so proud of you. Take care, guys. Love you.